Uh, I'm originally from Delaware County. Born and raised there, right there at Route 23 and Powell Road. I started working when I was 12 years old. Went from there, helped a guy pick up newspapers for recycling. So, I mean, he was a pioneer in recycling at that time. Nobody had ever heard of that. He put boxes around shopping centers in Columbus, and we'd go out all night long. And at that age, nowadays, probably wouldn't be allowed to do that. And I went from there, went to did swimming. I was on the swim team at Mount Air. I was a coach. I helped little kids learn how to swim, which was a great accomplishment, believe me. And I went to Old Tangy High School. I got married. I chose a path of working. Worked at Halfway House restaurant as a cook. I worked as a gas station attendant. I also dug graves. I know what it's like to work. I know what it's like to get your hands dirty and have labor. I went from there to Nestle's. Nestle's, I was a fireman and oiler union. We had a strike. We had a layoff. I know what a pink slip looks like. I got a couple of them. Me and my wife, we had to eat macaroni and salt. We didn't have the money for cheese. And believe me, I know what it's like to be on food stamps. We had to grow food stamps. I wasn't proud of that at that time. I was very, ashamed of that. Because I thought, I was raised, you had to work. And I went from the Nestle's, I took a pay cut to go to Anheuser-Busch. They started a can plant, United Steelworkers, 34 years ago. And it was my choice to join the union. I keep hearing this right to work. Well, I had the right to work somewhere else, but I chose to join the union and take that job. And I worked there for 32 years, and everybody knows the story of Anheuser-Busch. They sold out to Carlos Burrito and InBev. And then when they did that, they sold my plant out to Ball Container. And first time in 34 years, November, I had three months ago, I had no idea. Somebody asked me if I would be standing here as a candidate for state rep. I would have said, there's no way. But I got a pink slip. I didn't get the pink slip, but they announced that they were going to lay off 48 people. I had the seniority to stay. I chose to let a younger person that has children raise his children too. So I knew what it was like to get the pink slip. And I chose this path to be a state rep because I keep hearing all these campaign people talking, but they don't talk about jobs and how they're going to bring them back to Ohio. That's the main thing, is jobs. When you have good jobs, you have good commerce. I was at the Chamber of Commerce today, and it just doesn't seem like that people really get what our problems in our state is. They said, well, we got to frack. We can make a lot of money fracking, but if we destroy our water system, we've destroyed this county. I've lived in Delaware County, I've lived in Morrow County, I've lived in Schaaf County. I keep coming back to Knox County because it's one of the best counties in the state. And I don't want to see it destroyed. So we have to be extremely careful when we start talking fracking. We have to make sure it's safe. Anheuser-Busch taught me a lot of problem solving. I was on a lot of teams. We did a lot of teams on problem solving. We knew what the root cause were. Because if you don't know what the root cause is, you can't solve the problem. It seems like our politicians keep going plan, do, but they never check and they never act. Anheuser-Busch taught me how to plan, do, act, and check. Because if you don't act, you're going to keep planning and going. And that's what we continue to do in this state. And it's driving jobs out. We have tax structures set up because it's the privilege of doing business in Ohio. I'm going to take my business somewhere else. So we have to figure out how the root cause of all our job loss is. We have to bring it back to the state. We have to take the Rust Belt image off of Ohio and polish it up and bring jobs back. As I walk around campaigning, it's really opened my eyes up to how many empty houses there are in this county alone. And they're deteriorating. The neighborhoods are deteriorating. And it's all because of jobs. So jobs are the #1 issue. And that's what we should be focused on instead of all these other bills that make everybody feel good, but it's not creating jobs. I mean, I agree, John, Margaret Ann Rule, she's a very nice lady, but her focus is not on jobs, and that's where we need to focus on.